what do you have planned for us for June 14th?
Well, actually, we'll get to that. I want to follow up on this great presentation today, Stephanie. It was really good. One thing that really jumped out to me, and if you need to jump, please jump. But you talked about how mistakes don't go away, right? And so one of the things that I do in my background as 4 decades of navigating Whitewater River rapids in a canoe, I share this story. I am writing this story, actually appears in the book, and it's such an unsexy way of thinking about performance, but it's about correcting mistakes when they're still small. And actually, as you get better at doing that, you actually get better at anticipating mistakes before they even become mistakes. And to this day, and you asked me what I've got planned for June 14th, Scott. Yeah, I mean, this is it's the craziest part. Never in my life have I ever said, that on the day of the Olympic Games, were we bigger, faster, stronger than anyone? The only thing that we did better that day was just we corrected mistakes a little better than the rest of the field, and we anticipated them before they happened. And so I guess I wonder in your work, how course correction just sort of plays into your work with clients. Yeah, I love what you said about not working with someone a second time. But then it's like, I don't know if you have to actually read the likelihood of that happening with someone. And then secondly, if even working with them the first time, how course correction plays into that part of your work and what you do. Like, to me, like that would be one of the most interesting things that I picked up on, is the opportunity to help people correct mistakes.
So a lot of times, amazing question. So a lot of the times I won't do one without the other. So I'm not going to clean up the crisis and then not give you best practices, or not center of excellence, or how do I make sure that this doesn't happen again? That's futile. That doesn't create an ecosystem of greatness. That doesn't create an ecosystem of, I need to make sure I anticipate how this is going to happen or play out again. I'll talk about that in a second. I will tell you, the 4 people that I said would reoffended within the year. And I tell them, I don't really have a lot of secrets. Like, I'm just like, you're going to do this again. No. Tears. I swear, Stephanie, I promise I'll never, ever do that again. You have no idea what it's done to my life. I'm nearly bankrupt. I lost my wife. I lost my kids. You'll find a new girlfriend. You'll have more kids. You'll have the money back again, and you'll do it again. And they do it again. It's a pattern of there's something broken in them that they will not get to. This is what fills them up. And even though it's temporary, this is what fills them up. Those type people, I will do everything that I possibly can to help once. The ecosystem in performance, the ecosystem in business consulting, that's organic. So if you have a really good person who blew it, you want to look at what caused them to blow it. What was the team that they had around them? Who was the ones that were consistently and constantly telling them yes or not, or not calling out, hey, this could be a pitfall? Who are those people? And, for athletes, a lot of times it's agents or business managers who just continue to let them, buy or spend or whatever. For other people, it's friends. And then they, all of a sudden they make it. So, you have a rapper, and then they make it, and then they hire all their buddies. And then it's just a constant money bleed. So it's really kind of figuring out, what is your client's measurement of success? When will they feel like this engagement was worth it? I have people tell me all the time, oh, no, you don't understand. I'm so mentally strong. Like, you have no idea. Like, I am so mentally strong. And I'm like, gosh, you guys, like, it's not, okay. I'll go with what you said, and then, in 4 hours I'm there and they're crying, and they're balled up in a corner, and they're crying because we go through trauma and we go through pain and depth.